Hello, beautiful people and future me. Welcome to another programming workshop of mine, and we will start with typing as always. Typing. Also, we are taking execute program this week, so we'll see. Okay, let's go. Alright, I forgot to start the clock. Oh, never mind. Where is it here? 3%, 45. Very good. Very good. Alright, since I forgot the clock on the beginning, I'll leave it. Oh well, 5% and 48. Well, the 5% is the most important in here. That's what I'm trying to push down, but this is much more than I usually have, which is good. Maybe I'm improving, but it will go down back again, maybe different typings and so on. It's most of text in here, so it's a little bit easier, but yeah, it's kind of indication. But the most important thing is to keep the practice, right? I say so. Hmm. All right. So this week we are attacking the execute program. So we will do so. I need to do those clickable as well. I mean, yeah, sure. So, three things to choose from. Let's choose randomly. JavaScript. Looks like it. Okay. After this, I have to go out. Haven't been out for a week. Just living in this room, so I have to go somewhere. Maybe movies. Maybe movies. AC letters. AC. So this will be AC. Oh, we are doing review. Okay. Name setter to this object. It should use push to append the name to the names. Okay, so set name this. It will get input, and in the body we will do this dot names push and input like so. I'll close the user. That is correct. Add a name getter to this object should return whatever the username variable. Okay, so I'll do that. Get name return this dot. No. It's in the variable, so user name like this. Okay, so this one will be 1 plus 1 equals 2 in a string. It's not a number, undefined. Okay, so this one is the one which I'm failing on. Okay, so it's not a number. That will be true, I think. And it is, yeah, that's the mess. We have the new thing number dot is nan, which will return false in this case. Okay, so we have some. So we are calling address string, and we are returning a string. So it will say Paris, comma space France, like so. Number is not okay. So this one is a false. Oh, or is it? This is true as well, right? No. Oh, crap. Okay. Yeah, and I said it like a moment ago, right? Well, that's the way the life goes, I guess. Add a new value method to this object using JavaScript shorthand method syntax. The volume is the base area, as this we will be calling the method. So this will be what volume? Volume takes no parameters, and returns this dot base area times this dot width depth height like so. Letters A, B, C, D, and this will show us that we have a C in here and D is not in the letter, so that one will be undefined, like so. At many, this is an error because we have the rest operator not at the beginning, not at the end. It has to be at the end, so this is an error, my friend. Computed property, this shows that the computed property can be computed. So login counts Betty, well, I just return 7. Write a function sum that sums numbers. It should take the numbers as rest parameters. If no arguments given, it should return 0. Okay, so sum, and I think I will do reduce. So it takes bum 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 and that will be our number array. Then we will do return and we will do we'll say return if the n that when is equal to 0, we will return 0. Otherwise, we won't sum it, so it will be n dot reduce, and this function in here, which we will provide, will come on, will take the accumulator current value, and we will return accumulator plus current value with okay, now I'm not sure if I have to provide the default, like the initial value. If it's not length, if it's length greater than 0, then it should take the first one. I will say 0. 0, undefined, undefined, undefined. So the 0 is correct, but then we have a problem over there. Oh crap, I forgot the return statement in here. Oh well. Or maybe I could do it without the curly braces and then it would work. Maybe. Okay, define x, return okay. Now we are using strict, though this is not okay, this is error. Use a single array destruction operation to put the first and second names first, use the second user. I don't know, we did this already. So const, and we want an array. And the variables are first user, second user, and other users, and that equals names. Yep. And we've got a second chance, so this is... Oh crap, why is this so hard for me? Well, because I'm learning, that's why. Number, that is not a number, so that should... Undefined, not a number. That should be true, right? That is not a number. So, okay, I have to know. Is NaN. It's false. Alright. So in the number is NaN must be exactly the not a number type, I see. Yeah, looks like it. So I write the function sum, that's some numbers. Yeah, so this one we had a typo in, so it takes, and that will be our array, and we will return and go th. Is it like so, or just that? 0, we will return 0. Otherwise, we will do an reduce, like so. And in the reduce, we will say, and this will take accumulator current value, and our function will look like this, and we will, let's live a life. I'll say ACC plus current, and that works. So lambda expression could be here written as they are intended. That's good to know. 15 minutes, so I know I start the clock later, but let's have some more fun, shall we? The structuring. We've already seen the structuring in arrays and objects. In this lesson, we'll step back to see them in context. Okay. How they interact with each other and how they interact with other parts of the language. First, the structuring operation can be nested. Interesting. Uh-huh. I see. Okay, so this is the structuring of array, and it is nested in here, you see, like x1, x2. Yeah, so we have the same freaking example. So, oh no, we don't, because this is the data point, so it will be the first array, I believe. So this one will be 1020. So 1020, I think at least, and it's not. Interesting. So like I don't like this. Okay, it's not like that, so I'm glad. Oh, oh. So we are going with this, we are going inside that, and then we have the second one and we get this. So what? It's like this? Is it an object? What is it? I would I would think it is 1020. What else? I'm tempted to just copy paste it and run it in Chrome and see. That must be it. What else? What else it could be? Oh, okay, I will do it. Okay, I will paste it in here. Go. And it's 10. Oh my goodness. Yes, because I'm going in this field, then in this array, then in this array, and that would be x1, comma x2, so we're getting the first. Ah, okay. Okay, so I got it now. What just happened? I did not type anything, and it said Paris. Correct. Alright, so let's just read it, shall we? So we have a user, and we have an address, and the city, and we take the Paris. Okay, okay, I can dig it. In the last example, we are matching an object inside another object. The address part only exists so that we can access part of the address. It doesn't define an address variable. I see. Uh-huh. That's because we are using the column. The next example causes an error. You can type error whatever, blah, blah, blah. Oh, okay, because we are trying accessing the address, and that's not in the scope. If we want to get the entire address object and the city, we can ask for it explicitly. So I would guess we would put this in the curly braces. That would be it. Ah, so we have an address, and then we are getting the city. Interesting. Okay, yeah, because here it doesn't matter. Here is not by order. Here is by the key, right? Yeah. Okay. So that's good to know. So this one we will get the Paris, and then we will have an object, and that will say city dot Paris, I think. Yeah, with this. Write a function that takes an array of user objects and returns an array of their addresses cities. Use nested destructuring to get the city property out of the user address. Looks familiar. So we will get that. Okay, so we will have a uh, let result. That will be what we will be returning. And here we want that is an array. So for user of users, we will do stuff, and that stuff will be appending the address or the city of the user. So we want Oh wow. Okay, so we want result dot push, and here we will be pushing uh, user address city. Can I do this? I don't think so. Address is not defined. Is it not? Okay, so I will have a const city, and it will be this, and it will be res city equals user, like so, and then I will push in here the city. This one works, but I would like to do it even like on one line, I think. Can I? And maybe I can do, I'll take this. Oh, I'm really curious if this works or not. And go. We got something. And that's the entire user. So it works exactly the same way as if we would do just this. That's exactly the same thing. And the thing, oh, come on. And this one works. Can I do, oh, I'll do this. User dot res dot city. Can I do that? I like it much more. It's much more straightforward. Maybe there's another way which I don't see. there is, I don't know. Use nested destructuring. Well, I did, but it's kind of like made it this basically. That's not the right way to write it. That's just what bothers me. The right way, in my opinion, is what I did in here, and that is the user.address.city. It's much more readable. This line is not needed at all. Okay. The structuring works on arrays and objects nested inside each other. Be careful of the comma below. It skips an array element. Okay. Show me. So it takes the second one and it takes the name. Name is Betty now. Just take a moment to appreciate the syntax. So array, then we have the object and take name from it. Yeah, works. We can destructure multiple values by wrapping them in an array, then immediately destructuring it. That's good. That's good. That's good. So this will be Amir and oh no, yeah, and the second one will be Paris. Is Amir living in Paris for real? Are you from Paris? Paris? The structuring isn't limited to assignment. For example, it can be used in for off loops. Okay. So you have names. Oh, inside of like in here. Wow, that's a trick. So we get name and right here we get name. Oh wow, so that's maybe what I could have done in here. Where is it? Here. So I would say here it would be address city, like then I would, oh wow, I love it. I love it so much. Show me. So I go back. That's much better. So, and I will say here, uh, oh no, I will say here, uh, address, and here I will say city, close it like so, and here I will just do the city, and that works. Looks a little bit like black magic. This one, the previous one might be a little bit more readable. Okay. Um, yeah, so this one will give us the names. The names is an array and it says Amir and Betty. It can never be used in catch blocks. Oh, it cannot. Okay, so this is an error. Can even be used, not never. So username is now Amer, and I don't. Okay, so how they are throwing out the errors? You throw out an object. Okay, and then you are catching an object. Okay, and then you are just doing stuff on it. Okay. Enter alignment. What? What happened? Run? Okay, it works. Finally, the structuring can be used in function definitions. Here are two versions of a function with and without the structuring. So this is without the structuring. This constant city equals city name. Lives in city. This is so okay. So this one returns true. This is much harder, and we are the structuring right away in there. It is on one line, but on the other hand, this one could be also on one line. We could put this thing right in here. So you haven't tricked me there, mister. You are selling snake oil. Oh, true. There's a trade-off in the two examples above. In the first example, the parameter is named user. In the second example, we never actually named that parameter. Mhm. This can make the code more confusing for later readers. What exactly was the original author expecting to be passed as argument? Oh, very, very true. Very true. Very true. Adding a static type system can help with this problem. For example, in TypeScript, we'd annotate the argument with a user type, making our intent clear. If you'd like to learn TypeScript, yeah, I'm doing that. There's a parallel between REST parameters in functions and parameter destructuring are two ways to write a here are two ways how to write a REST function that give us an array with the first element removed. One of them takes an array argument, the other takes multiple positional arguments. Both use the structuring to access the values. Watch out for the lonely comma. So this is what I would be expecting. So this will be 2, 3. This other one takes multiple positional. Oh, I see. This one takes an array and we destructure it into rest and we are just returning rest. I completely overlooked it. Thank you. And this is the normal like positional thing, so we kind of skipped first the one is underscore, called underscore I guess. So and it will have the same output. The most obvious benefit of the structuring is that it makes code shorter. But there's another more subtle benefit, predictability. Which one makes that short? The structuring. Okay, so predictability. Some of JavaScript's array and objects methods change the array or object, but others don't. For example, filter filter and slice don't change the array that they are called on, but sort and splice do change the array. To use JavaScript effectively, we have to remember which ones works in which ways. We have a separate JavaScript arrays course for that. The structuring will never modify the array or object that we destructure. Good. So it doesn't have this problem. We can destructure objects and arrays without worrying about side effects. There is technically one exception. If we are destructuring a getter and that getter has side effects that change some object, then the structuring will trigger those side effects. But getters shouldn't have side effects in the first place, so hopefully you'll never encounter that. Okay, got it. Thank you. And that is surfing. So now we are, well, 12 minutes over the limit. This shows just a part of the time. And, oh wow, we did JavaScript. Now we have to learn. That's cool. Learn. I mean, wait for another task. I was hoping to knock out everything in this in here till the end of the week, but that that's not the case. But look at this percentage. That's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. Anyways, we are done. That is better than perfect. So, I'll see you next time. Bye.